Hey there, it's Adrian White, your favorite drummer from Atlanta. Thank you for stopping by and tuning in to check out this video. If this is your first time, go on over and hit the like and subscribe button and you will get more of my content. I've got drum covers on there. I've got reviews of different microphones, different applications for microphones. You will definitely find something that will help you in your musical career. Now let's get right into it. Today, we're gonna be doing a restoration project on a Pearl custom alloy Centitone snare drum. But as you can see, it's been beat up a little bit. It definitely needs some cleaning up, okay? So I'm gonna give you a couple of spins around here so you can see what we're working with here, all right? Typical 14 by 5, it may be a 5.5, I'm not sure, but I think it's a 14 by 5. And as you can see, we definitely need to clean this drum up, all right? So what we need first, trusty drum key. Doesn't matter who makes the drum key. Doesn't matter, does not matter. You just need a drum key. Why? Because we gotta take the heads off, top and bottom. Also, we're gonna be doing, the strainers, the butt, and all of that stuff. You need that as well. So we're gonna be using the tuning key, that's the first thing. Next thing after that, you're gonna need a cloth. And this is not necessarily in any order, but you're definitely gonna need to use the drum key first. This cloth is like a terry cloth, it's real soft. So I'm gonna use this to actually wipe the drum down, get anything off of it. I'm not using any liquids, no abrasive cleaners or anything like that. We're gonna use this to wipe it down, get all the dust and everything off of it first before we get into it. Third thing after that is, you're gonna need a drill. No, we're not gonna be drilling anything. I just have a screwdriver bit on the end of it, and that's what I'm gonna use to get the lug casings and everything off of it, because these hands ain't as fast as they used to be, so I'm gonna use a drill. And after that, we're gonna use some steel wool. I want everybody to see this. The company is not paying me to say this. This is steel wool. I actually found this out on another page on YouTube. Thanks guys for the hookup, letting me know what to use, because I was racking my brains about what to use to clean my drums up, because Windex and all of that stuff does not work. Soap and water does not work. It's good to clean, but it does not give you that polished look that you want, okay? So now, just in case you're wondering what steel wool to get, you can get any brand, but I'm using today Rhodes American steel wool grade hashtag or number sign, whichever one you want to call it, 0000. That's 4 zeros. Okay, because you still have to remember, this is steel wool and it will scratch if you're not using the right one. So this is more like a polishing steel wool. That's when it's gonna bring back the shine and push it out there, okay? So once again, that is the grade, number sign or hashtag sign, whichever one you use, 0000. Steel wool Rhodes American. You can find this at Home Depot, you can find it at Lowe's, you can find it at all those places, all right? So let's get right into it and let's see what happens. Now, as you can see, we've got the drum totally broken down. We've got just the shell. I'm just sweeping the shell right now to see if there's anything that's left on it, such as these little pieces right here that go in between the lug casing and the shell itself. All right, so just checking, inspecting, making sure I've got everything like I want it. Like I said, as you can see, shell. Now, I want you to pay attention. The inside of that shell is like really clean. That obviously because there's no dust or anything that's been getting to it, right? There's a few fingerprints in there because they're mine. I'll take this rag here. I'll just go in here and simply just do a quick little rotate and wipe. So we're wiping. All right, so now it's a little bit more clean. Some of my fingerprints have been removed. So now let's get into the outside of the shell. Excuse me, I got a little shedding on my pants here. If you notice, just wipe look, if you notice, you've already seen a difference in the wiping of it. Just a simple, just wipe, okay? But even in this wiping, I'm not getting as clean of a look as it should be. I want it to be showroom ready, showroom finished, okay? So just wiping it, and, you know, nice, soft, but firm as I'm wiping it, okay? I did not remove the badge because I just did not feel like popping it on and popping it off, all right? So I did not remove the badge. So Pearl sees this, you know, because sometimes companies are real sensitive about you removing their badges. They may think you're trying to copy their stuff and copy their product, but that's not how I operate. Now, if you look real close, you can see that some of the shine is really actually starting to come back just simply because this cloth I'm using. No liquids, no nothing like that. No abrasive cleaners, just simple elbow grease and a towel. Terry cloth or whatever they call this stuff. I forgot what they actually call it. I almost cut myself there. I'm just wiping, and I'm probably gonna end up doing it more than once before we use the steel wool to really get in there even better, okay? There's one thing I failed to mention to you when it came to using the steel wool and working with your hands. My hands are very sensitive, so I encourage everyone, if you're gonna be using steel wool of any kind, get you some gloves. Use some gloves that are fairly protective. Rubber gloves, those surgical gloves and stuff like that that they were using during the pandemic, that will not help. Get you some gloves that are fairly thick. You can go get some gardening gloves, anything like that. As long as you have the ability to move your fingers, it's pretty much like that. So I've grabbed my trusty steel wool, and basically what you want to do is just go to the area that you want to focus on, and you just simply just start wiping with a little bit of elbow grease, as the old people, the younger people would say, however you say it, and you just go for it. Okay, so I'm just simply just in the area, concentrating back and forth over the area. Look at that. To me, I can definitely see the difference right away. And a word to the wise, let me tell you something about steel wool and why I removed everything off of the shell. If you leave things on the shell that are not, so to speak, steel or anything like that, or a metal, you will scar them. So if you have a wood finish on your drums or a lacquer finish or something like that, make sure you remove the lugs, because if you don't, you will scratch the shell. Remove the lugs before you use the steel wool, because you will scratch the shell and you cannot fix that. Just gonna do a few more areas here. Bring this around so you can see it. You look at that. Look at the difference, okay? Now I'm gonna turn this around just a little bit. You can see some areas that I haven't touched yet. I'm trying to get that angle so you can see. There's a couple of areas around where the lug casings were that have a little bit of, you know, residue around them, so I have to spend a little bit more time on that. But you get the idea. Steel wool on the shell, cleaning, restoring, and voila. I'll be back. When you come back, you'll see the finished product of this, all right? Thanks. Well, I'm back. Now let's see if we can't put this drum back together, all right? And there you have it. Thank you guys for watching, and be on the lookout for the rest of the kit. I actually have to restore the 10, 12, and 16-inch toms. So here it is once again. I used steel wool, hashtag or number sign 0000. Just go over to your local Lowe's or Home Depot, buy you some steel wool, hashtag or number sign 0000. It's a finishing steel wool. You will not be disappointed. I'm Adrian White, your favorite drummer right here in Atlanta. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I hope I didn't bore you. Have a good day.